Where have you been? I've been waiting here for you. Just kidding, I know it's me that's been gone forever. I'm so sorry I haven't made a video in literally forever, but I'm gonna try and make up for it today by showing you this stupendous new Tom Ford product that I just purchased. Tom Ford came out this season with trios instead of quads. So let's take a little look at this. He released a pink trio and a brown gray trio. In some lights it looks more gray brown, in some other lights it looks more brown gray, but really these are versions of gray that have a hint of brown in them. They're much more warm grays. They're not the cool grays like something I'm going to show you a little bit later in comparison. Okay, so let's at first look at the difference between the quads and the trios. Packaging, cases, obviously I've shown you look exactly the same. Let's take those off. The packaging looks just the same except for it's obviously shorter, but it's also shorter in height. You probably won't be able to see it, but it is a little bit shorter in height and a little bit shorter in width. Maybe you can tell, just a slight hair shorter in width as well, which means because it's so negligible in difference, you probably will have no problem storing them along with your quads, but just know that the packaging does not line up exactly. It's a little bit smaller all around. So let's talk about then the price. The price for these trios was just around $60. The price of a quad, just under $80, might as well be $80. At first you think, oh, 4 quads, $80, four pans in a quad, $80, it's $20 a pan. 3 times 20 is 60. You're getting the same price for each pan, but no, that's not quite right. Is that a plane? Hopefully that's not too annoying, that plane noise. I'm gonna keep going anyway. Okay, you'd think, oh, that's still the same price, but you would be wrong in that, because in the quads you get a total of 10 grams total for all 4. In the trios, if you were going by the same thought process behind that, you'd get a whole lot more than 4.5 grams, which is what is in here. So it doesn't exactly work out equal in pricing. You're paying a little bit more for these trios per product wise. Most of us don't take that into consideration when we buy Tom Ford. We're buying Tom Ford, let's be real, for the fact that it's Tom Ford, not by the deal that you're getting on the price per eyeshadow. But just know, if that matters to you, oh, these gnats. If that matters to you, it's not exactly the same. It doesn't matter to me. I personally would have purchased this if he had charged more than $60, even though, I mean, it's a lot to pay. It's a lot, but I just love these eyeshadows so much. Okay, now let's just look at it. I think I've already mentioned I bought She-Wolf, which is the gray color scheme trio that was launched. A whole new tactic for Tom Ford. Previously they had just been quads, now it's trios. I'm hoping next season it's duos. That would be fantastic. I didn't pick up anything else in this collection. If you bought something else and it was fantastic, which I'm sure it was, let me know in the comments down below. I'm still considering getting the Orchid Haze quad, which is a new release. The lipsticks were just re-promotes. I wasn't that interested in that. The other 2 quads that were released were previously Asian exclusives, and I wasn't as interested in those color schemes, but Orchid Haze I was definitely considering. I might still purchase it. If you bought that one, certainly let me know down below. And I might end up buying that anyway. Anyway, let's look at it. Oh, there it is. It's beautiful. I mean, what did you really expect? I didn't purchase the pink trio because honestly, pink on my eyes is not a good thing. Gray, however, is one of my absolute favorite things. That and purples, which is why the other Tom Ford product that I own is Crushed Amethyst, a quad. It does come with a little brush. Chicken. Oh my god, I have to show you the chicken. Can you see her? Yeah, she's chilling, talking beauty with us. Oh my god, my life. You have no idea. Okay, back to the trio. In the quads, there are 2 applicators, which look like this. Normally, there's one with a white fuzzy end and a black end, and another one with 2 different black. Well, in the trios comes one of the same applicators as in the quad, the one with the white fluffy end and the black sponge. Actually, the black sponge you probably can see on there a little bit. I have used it for the glitter shade. The best way to put on these glitter shades is to apply them either with a with a sponge tip applicator, which is shocking because normally they're terrible and they don't work very well at all. But actually, for these glitter shades, fingers are fantastic to apply them, and surprisingly, these black sponges are really great. And if you saw me applying it, I did take a little video of me applying it, which I'll probably insert once I'm done jabbering on about this. Probably. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes today, and I took a little video just now before I started talking, showing me applying it. You'll see me applying this glitter shade with a little sponge tip. It works great. Anyway, let's start talking about the textures of these eyeshadows. They are just as superior in quality as the quads. Not a disappointment there at all. Included in this is a matte shade, which is the darkest gray that you see over here. In the center is a satin, and then all the way over here is a glitter, pressed glitter. Surprisingly beautiful. I don't have any of the quads that have contained any of the glitter before, so this is really my first experience, this trio, using any of Tom Ford's pressed glitters. They are fabulous. Some people are scared of them. They're really not that scary. Use them either underneath the shadows so that they barely pop through, or in the corner of your eye as just a little added highlight. It's nothing super sparkly. They're actually pretty subdued, although it is straight up glitter. But nothing that you should be scared of and should keep you from buying this. They're really wearable and workable. The colors themselves are beautiful. Like I mentioned before, it depends on the light that you're in whether these look more gray or brown. Some people have said these are a combination of browns that lean a little bit cool. I say these are more grays that lean a little bit brown. That distinction of color really doesn't matter in the long run because these are just beautiful. That's all you really need to know. But there you go. That was my opinion of it anyway. All I'm trying to say is I think these are more gray than brown. They just are gray with a little bit of brown in it. That's all I'm trying to say. Moving on. Does this really matter? No. Next, I'm going to compare this beautiful, beautiful Tom Ford to my other favorite palette, Giorgio Armani, number 11, Eyes to Kill 4-color eyeshadow palette. I think the name of it is Mystery. It's my beautiful gray palette previously, before this one came along. Note the slight similarities. As I've said 47 times in this video, this is a warm gray, this is a cool gray. That's the difference between these two. Now, the Tom Ford, as I have said, things are falling. Things are falling. The Tom Ford is 60, or right around 60. The Giorgio Armani is also just under $60. And you get 4 colors. Not saying you should buy the Giorgio Armani over the Tom Ford. I love them both. I have them both. Do not regret buying either of them. I knew going into it that they were 2 very similar palettes. I just love grays, so I'm going to wear them both. Let me just hold them with one hand so I can gesture with this brush right here. The darkest color in the Tom Ford and the darkest color in the Giorgio Armani, very similar. Both of them are matte. This is slightly more blue and cool, the only difference. this middle color in the Tom Ford and this color at the bottom of the Giorgio Armani. Very similar. Doesn't look it in the pan, on the eyes, very similar. They're both satin middle tone grays, and they are actually very close in color. The silver all the way on the end of the Tom Ford, nothing like it in the Giorgio Armani. Instead, you get these two colors I rarely touch. In my case, I use all three of the Tom Fords and only two of the Giorgio Armanis. Is that a better deal? Maybe. It means that half this palette I'm never going to use up, is all that really means. And you actually get a lot more product in the Giorgio Armani than the Tom Ford. Really? Yeah, you get 6 grams of product in this and 4.5 grams in the Tom Ford. However, like I've stated, I'm only going to use these two smaller ones, so it's not much of a point I'm trying to make here. I'm just trying to give you some facts. I used the Giorgio Armani. That was my most used palette. That and my other Tom Ford are probably my most used palette. This is now probably going to take over that spot because I just love the way these three work together. If you can see my eyeshadow today, I know the lighting isn't perfect. I'm outside because inside it was terrible, and I just have been outside all summer long. It's getting to be fall. Fall is my favorite season. I love the clothes you get to wear. I love the way it feels outside when it's all crisp in the morning and it's just perfect. Just perfect. Anyway, how did I get onto that subject? I'm not really sure. How did I get onto that? Okay, moving on. These are great for fall, actually. These perfect colors. Smoky eye, seamless blending. These shadows really do all the work for you. Superb quality of shadow. Not disappointed at all with these shadows, with these colors. The colors work great together. You can really get a nice ombre look with this darkest color, the medium color. The silver sparkles, yeah, it's colorless base to it. Basically, it's just the glitters, but you can really make them quite dense, and they become their own color of the reflex of the glitter. So really, you can make a nice ombre look. You can make this actually quite a light look. Oh, that's where I was going with this. I don't know if you can tell on my eyes today. I did take a quick video before this, which I will insert right after I'm done rambling on about these colors. I made it a pretty light sort of a smoke look. If you use this middle color all over the lid and just the dark matte out in the very outer part of the crease, you can achieve a pretty light gray look that's not scary for some people that I know are scared of a darker gray. However, if you do want it to be dark, you can achieve that too. And in fact, I love layering these two shades together. I'll put the lightest one on the lid first, and then the darkest matte gray over top of that, over the whole eyelid. Beautiful combination. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just, that's all really to describe this palette. All I could have done is come up here and say, it's beautiful, and then show it to you and then leave, but sadly, you have to listen to me ramble on about it. Let's try swatching. I mean, beautiful. Beautiful. That's the darkest color, the matte. I'm going to take the middle shade. See, I'm always afraid to touch them, so you get lighter swatches from me than anything. There's the middle shade. You can see the sheen on that. Hopefully you can see the sheen on that. Hopefully. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. These colors just, you can see them on my fingers. They're beautiful. Okay. Next I'm going to do the glitter, just because all you're going to be able to see is maybe glitter shining off of that. Okay, now I'm going to swatch the Giorgio Armani next to that, just to show you the difference right down here. That's the Giorgio Armani. Put that right here, the Giorgio Armani. Tom Ford on this row. Giorgio Armani on this row. Can you tell a difference? Slightly. On your eyes, could you tell a difference? We're gonna cut to a few minutes ago, back when I didn't have eyeshadow on. Don't be alarmed to see my eyes bare. And this is to make up for the fact that I haven't made a tutorial for you guys yet. I'm probably gonna speed it up so that it's not super boring. I achieved a pretty light look with that. That's just one of the ways you can use this palette. Don't be afraid of the grays is what I'm trying to say in all of this. It looks dark. It's not that dark. Really, very wearable. It's not a tutorial. It's pretty much just a watch me put on these shadows. They're really easy to blend. They're really fantastic. I don't know if you're actually going to be able to glean anything from watching this clip of me put it on, other than this is me trying to make up for the fact that I have yet to make a tutorial. Okay, I have probably rambled on enough about this trio. She-Wolf by Tom Ford, fantastic. If you have got it, let me know what you think of it. Do you love it as much as I do? Do you hate it? Do you wear it? It's pretty wearable, I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. If you got anything else from the Tom Ford launch, let me know, especially if you got Orchid Haze, like I said before, because I'm really interested in buying that one. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I have an Instagram now. There's not very many pictures on it yet because it's brand new, but if you would like to follow me, it's Bethreviews, as it's spelled here. Hope y'all are having a fantastic day.